Neuf à la banque.
I need
Carte.
another 1,000.
I admire your courage, Miss...
Trench. Sylvia Trench. I admire your luck, Mr.
Bond. James Bond.
Mr. Bond.
This year is the 60th anniversary of Dr. No, the film that introduced the world to the iconic James Bond franchise with Sean Connery in the starring role in 1962. He delivered the iconic line for the first time. And here to talk about that is Raymond Benson, the first American to be commissioned to write the 007 novels. Those are now available as ebooks. And Benson also has a new novel called The Mad, Mad Murders of Marigold Way. It is a mystery set in May of 2020. There are his Bond books. His new one focuses on TV writer turned novelist who lives in Lincoln Grove, a quiet Chicago suburb. Raymond, good morning.
How are you?
Good to have you with us.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
So people, I don't think, get this. Take us to 1962. Why did Bond make such an impact? Why was that different for those audiences where it may seem tame for people watching today?
Well, when Dr. No came out, it was a new kind of action film. I mean, we'd had action films, but this one, the editing for the time was very bam, 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 bam. And, you know, there was sex. Yeah. There was violence. The main character was an anti-hero, and we really didn't have anti-heroes before that. Maybe Humphrey Bogart might have played a couple of anti-heroes, but this was the first big anti-hero in a movie.
And so you were commissioned to be the only person to write James Bond novels after the death of Ian Fleming, and how did you get that job?
Well, I was, the estate, after his death, would periodically hire new authors. Kingsley Amis was first, and then came John Gardner, and then I was next. So I wrote during the 90s, the late 90s, early 2000s. That's when I was writing.
And how do you get that job?
Well, you have to know a lot about James Bond.
I was going to say, they don't trust that to just anyone.
Right.
So with your knowledge of James Bond, who do you think the new James Bond's going to be?
Well, you see, you can't believe anything you see on the internet.
I know.
You know, there's always these articles, oh, so-and-so is being considered.
Right.
Or here's the list of all the actors that
Have they ever gotten that
about.
Right? I mean...
no, because this is all clickbait.
Yeah.
The only people who can tell you who they're going to cast are the producers, Michael G. Wilson and Barbara Broccoli. And they have said that production is 2 years out, and so they want to figure out what tone and what direction they're going to go with the series before they make a casting choice.
It's always mirrored what's going on in society. They've said no to a female Bond, but they did say that this Bond would be more evolved as a man. What does that tell you? Well, why? What does that mean?
Well, don't we all evolve as time goes on?
Well, I don't know if Bond has that much, has he?
Well, look at the 90s. Pierce Brosnan's first film, when Judi Dench is the first female M, she says, "You're nothing but a misogynistic dinosaur." You know, right then and there's a little bit of evolution.
And has it gotten different with Daniel Craig? Is his character, is a lot of that misogyny gone away a little bit, or no?
You know, the Daniel Craig Bonds were much more serious. I think he was really playing the Fleming Bond of the literature, because he was a much more serious guy, more kind of in touch with his feelings, and really kind of a cold and ruthless Bond.
And yet a lot of people did not like that pick because he was too short and too blonde.
At the time, but once they saw him in action, you know. Well, you know, Ian Fleming wasn't too thrilled with Sean Connery when he first saw him, because this was this blue-collar Scotsman with a tattoo, and but once they spruced him up in a suit and took him out on the town and took him to restaurants and a tailor and everything, and made him in character, and boom, he became an iconic star overnight. And Fleming's
and Lazenby walked in off the street.
Yeah.
For his one gig.
Lazenby was, he fooled everybody.
Yeah. He was the guy who was James Bond for just one movie?
One movie, yeah. On Her Majesty's Secret Service, 1969.
What do you think it is? I mean, we've heard of characters lasting and getting recast, but none have gone the length that James Bond has. You think this would kind of die out over time? I mean, there's a lot of action heroes now.
He's an iconic character. I think he's going to be like Sherlock Holmes. Probably next to Holmes, the second most enduring character from Britain ever. you know.
Yeah. So talk about the new book, which has nothing to do with James Bond, but you do write a lot of stories that are kind of thrillers and mysteries.
The Madman Murders of Marigold Way. Well, this was written during the summer of the pandemic, the first summer of the pandemic, 2020. And I'm in lockdown with my wife in a suburb of Chicago, and everything's crazy. You know, we're all wearing masks and social distancing, and we're paranoid and fearful of people in the grocery store. And I just thought this would be a perfect milieu for a murder mystery. So it's kind of a surreal, absurdist take on the pandemic. It's if you like the Coen Brothers movies, it's kind of like that. So it's a dark comedy taking place during the pandemic. That's a murder mystery.
All right. Well, Raymond Benson, we appreciate you joining us this morning.
Well, thank you very much.
And there's a book signing where you can meet Raymond Benson Sunday at 2 o'clock, Centuries and Sleuths Bookstore. That is in Forest Park, and you can check out raymondbenson.com. Thank you, Raymond.
Good to see you.
Thanks. Glad to be here.